Is Costco and Amazon killing the economy? Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Hope you're doing great. Buckle up, strap in. We got hard hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Is Amazon and Costco, well, throw in Walmart actually while we're at it, killing the economy? At some level, absolutely they are. We're going to take a look at some frontline report stuff today as I got out and about. Did a little road trip looking at some property, but of course my trained eye always looks at the health and the fitness of the real estate market and the economy. I mean, those are the two things we have to look at, right? I always say the economy and the real estate market. If you lose one, you will lose the other. So it's so important. Unfortunately, it was embarrassing. I went on to some open houses in these areas, and it drew a decent turnout, and these agents so puffed up, completely unaware of what we're talking. All they know is how many people turned up for their open house. If you, and I continue to say, oh yeah, well, you know, it's still pretty strong here. Of course, all areas behave differently. Guess what? There are open houses all over America that are ghost towns right now. Ghost towns. It's cooling off in spectacular fashion. So you're on borrowed time. So it's really short-sighted, and I feel even more sorry for the industry professionals who base their cost of living on temporary euphoric bubble era income that's going to leave. Mark my words, it can't sustain itself. It can't go on forever. It's just the realities. There's always shifts in the market. So if you base your cost of living on commission checks, you're in massive, massive trouble. At some point, the clock is ticking. But in the meantime, you can just go out there and party it up and act like everything's fine and sugarcoat it. It was funny because I got a bunch of agents out there that work with me to take care of you guys as we examine properties that pencil out. And of course, most agents don't want us looking at properties to see if they pencil out. They just want to know if we're ready to write an offer and get into a competitive situation. And I'm like, listen, agent, as much as I love you, you're a great agent. This client will not be participating in any bidding wars. End of story. But let's get back to the topic. The reality is this, friends. Amazon, Costco, and even Walmart now are taking over everything. This is insane. As I'm driving through, you see, one of the things that came to mind for me, we're gonna look at some stuff today, is during lockdowns, we saw the basically service sector get stifled and the tech industry explode as they could remote work, everybody else stuck at home. Then slowly, once we reopened, everything came roaring back, but the flip-flop occurred. The tech industry got slammed. We've reported on all the layoffs for the tech industry. Big trouble. 50% of all office buildings in San Francisco right now are vacant. This is a trend that will continue because it's got to get worse before it gets better. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving frontline reports. Whew, insanity. So then the service sector, restaurants, fast food, booming. You remember that just a year ago? $20 an hour, $22 an hour, I think, to be a cook at an In-N-Out Burger. These restaurants were booming. Couldn't get people. We're hiring 22, paying whatever they could. All the service sector was overpaying basically low-level employees, and now that's stopped. You don't see signs on top. You don't see signs in these stores anymore offering $22 an hour for a crew member to take a job at a certain. It's gone. But it gets better or worse depending on how you look at it. Not only am I seeing the signs go away offering these inflated rates of pay, and the people that came in, side note, and got those rates of pay during last year when this was a big scramble to find workers, they're on borrowed time because if I can hire the same employee now for, whatever I'm hiring for less, you're on borrowed time. One hiccup out of you, you're gone. One late, one call out, you're gone. Whew. Insane. But what I'm seeing now is everybody's piling in because I don't have I got a Costco mirror, but I don't have a Walmart. We don't need one. But what I'm seeing now is these restaurants that were thriving and hiring are now folding up, closing their doors, and now everybody's piling into Costco's food court to save a buck. So to drive our point home today, let's jump out and see how the once booming service sector is behaving and how these mega retailers are now taking over. Let's get started. All right, friends, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, maybe even put on your economic face mask. If you still have one, we're going to check out some local commercial real estate that is, in fact, doing what? You guessed it, sucking air, but not just sucking air in spectacular fashion. But here's the kicker. Just a year ago, this place had a line going around the block to get some food. Now that the economy has all that stimulus removed from it, here's the byproduct. Now that you can't afford to pay your employees $22 an hour to flip them burgers, massive issue. Now, this is the kicker, my friends. This was the strongest portion of our economy during reopening, the service sector. Now, this property is in massive trouble. Let's just not sugarcoat it. This is a massive red flag. So congratulations, because most people have no idea what we're talking about here today. Oh, look at that. Oh, that place closed. Oh, that's sad. Anyway, where do you guys want to go? Let's go to Costco. That's what we got going on today. But this property is right next to the busy California highway system with cars and travelers driving right on by. This isn't in some little desert community. This is right here in a hot spot of Southern California. So for me, personally, when I see this occurring, that is a massive red flag. I'll let you decide what percentage of magnitude and severity you see here. But for me, I don't see anything good for our economy when you can't get what was once a bustling sector now starting to shutter. But it gets better or worse, depending on how you look at it. Now, on the other hand, if you're Costco, you think this is just peachy king. Unfortunately, that is very short-sighted, because as you steal customers from other businesses, you're going to crash economies along the way. And that's why I believe this is such a massive temperature check and warning sign. Let's jump back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. There you go. Proof is in the pudding, so to speak, I guess. Or the hot dog and a Coke for $1.50. Insane, right? This is now what's taking over America. It's insane. A complete shift. And this is why I know a lot of you, and congratulations. If you're new, please jump on board. We would love to have you here. Iron will sharpen iron. Staying centered and surrounded with like-minded people. That is the only shot you have, in my opinion, right now, because if you follow the herd right now, a massive trouble. Headed for correction, recession, depression. I'll let you decide. We'll continue to heat map, monitor, and temperature check it moving forward, and I'll give my thoughts, and I know you will too, as we examine that, because all three are clearly in play. But this is a shocking one, because you see these service sector restaurants were thriving just a year ago. Now they're shuttering. That is a flash crash if there's ever been one. And people are much more willing to go pile in line, stand in line to save a few pennies. See, for me, I have a hard time standing in lines. I have a hard time at Costco, period, because I hate lines. I just hate it. I'll go shop around peak hours if I have to go deal with these stores. But I was on a road trip. I wandered into a Costco to kill some time. And I was like, you know what? This needs to be reported on. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy that wants to see not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters that you're swimming in now. Clearly, Costco, Walmart, Amazon are taking over America. It will be all controlled by these big companies. They are going to squash these little mom and pops one by one. And not even mom and pops anymore. I mean, these Bed Bath & Beyonds, a lot of these other places are getting absolutely squashed. And it's going to have a trickle-down effect into our real estate as we see the commercial sector now in massive problems as more and more real estate goes empty. Payments not being made, banks getting stuck holding these properties, defaults happening, foreclosures knocking at the door. If you don't see that you're at the front end of a recession, a downturn, and know that the byproduct of those are never good for the economy, it's going to have a trickle-down effect right into middle America, who's the backbone of the economy. And that's why I'll be here to report on it, temperature check it, heat map it, and whistle blow it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you, it'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.